So this demo of the play by post helper shows things close to how they were intended to be. So you start with an encounter template that's going to define all of the creatures that you might meet in an encounter. So we can add that template. I go in and add our creatures. So we just select new creature and then just fill in all the information. Its name, the initiative modifier, the quantity, so how many are we going to encounter there. In this case there'll be 2 giant rats, EC, KC, 0 stamina points and resolve points, fairly standard for a creature. Fortitude, reflex and will save modifiers. I'm going to put in the movement information just to sort of keep track of it. That might be useful. And we can also add notes about the creature, whatever special abilities it may have, resistances, things like that. There we see, there'll be 2 giant rats. So we can add an attack and we can assign it to that creature. That really doesn't do anything, that drop down, but it's there anyway. And the range. This is the 2 hit modifier, so just the number and the damage would be represented as a dice. And then we choose the damage type. And you can also add notes here again, if there's any sort of critical effects, things like that. We'll put those in. And then that's it. So you can add more creatures, more attacks, whatever you need. We'll save that and go back. So the next thing we want to set up is a team, or a group of player characters who are going to go through various encounters. So we could do the same thing, adding a creature in the same way, but we can also just use an export from Hephaestus. Here we can just go to the JSON export option, and that gives us a file. So we can select import, and then we just drag that JSON file onto the window, and it extracts all the information in their different attacks and assigns them to that creature. There they are. We can just save that. You just import each of the player characters that way, or import some and create other ones. And then this final step then is to connect that team to an encounter. You can continue, but we won't look at that in this one. And you just choose add encounter. And there it is. So that'll combine them together. So there's the 2 giant rats. It's added them separately. We can copy that. And that's the code that we could paste in to roll initiatives. And then we come back here and put in whatever the result of those rolls was. Right. And if you click on a name, then you can bring up this panel and you can select the options to copy for a Fortitude, Reflex or Will save. So again, it's in the scratch pad, but it goes straight to your clipboard. That's where you'd see the notes as well. So when we create a round, then if we go to add an action, you can pick the target, and because we've set all the different attacks, you can just choose it from the drop down list and it'll be added there. Don't worry too much about the formatting there, that's just an internal thing. But we can also copy that then to the clipboard, and that's code that we can paste straight into Discord or Paizo forum. You can format for either, and it'll do the rolls for us. And same for the creatures. Let's see. And then you'd make those rolls on the platform, and you come back here and you'd put in the results. It'll tell you whether it's a hit or not, and it would apply it to subtract any damage that was taken. It doesn't always have to be an attack. You could just add in a note to say something. Just add in a note. And then move on to the next round and just carry on like that. So I almost forgot to demonstrate in this video, but the whole point of the play by post helper is to format the information so you can paste it straight into whatever platform you're using. So we can copy the round information, we can paste that into Discord. We can also format for the Paizo forums. And then for a specific attack, again, we can copy that, paste it into Discord, then roll it, and then we take the results back into the play by post helper. We can copy the round again, paste it into Discord. It'll show all the updated stats, and it uses block initiative, so it'll say whether it's the block of PCs to go or the block of creatures to go.